Hello guys, welcome to Zach Animate Studios, your channel number one for animation. So today I wanted us to create an application, a Laravel application on a Laravel application for that is it has a login, and then it has roles, permissions and roles. So the way to go about it, you know how to install a Laravel application is you can go through their documentation. By the way, this time round we are doing Laravel 9. Laravel 9 is so beautiful as an application to create. It's very stable, and just the process of creating a Laravel application, they have there are some few changes that are very vital and very visible. The use of Vite has replaced npm run. You used to write npm run dev, and then basically we want to use Lara Trust for configuring roles and permissions and roles in our application. So, and then we are also going to use Laravel Breeze for the authentication. We have the logins and registration. Okay, so we have the login and registration using Vite. Okay, so this is what we are this is the look and feel we are going to create, and then after that we are going to have a look and feel of an application that we want. So let's dive into the application. Remember, when you are creating an application on your Windows application, also have to install the XAMPP application, so that we are going to create our own database. So remember, we have created an application right now. That application is the name of the application that you have created just right away is called live app. It's called live app. So what you're going to do, you're just going to also to create a database called live app. So let's dive into that application. Let's dive into the folder that has the name live app. That is it. And then let's go to a folder called the env. So he's configured the passwords, the database name. So you just change that database name, and then on the terminal you can serve the application, right? php tsn serve. Okay, so the application will run, and then remember to save, Control S to save. And then it will restart the server. That's how. So what we're going to do, we are going to configure Laravel Breeze. So with Visual Studio Code, you can split your window. So what you're going to do, because I've been using, it normally saves the commands that I have. So you can just look for the installation of Breeze. First you have to install the Breeze setup. That is composer require Laravel Breeze dev. So you install that. So this is what we are going to install first, the Breeze, and then we are going to configure it. Okay, so it will take like a second. So basically this is what we are doing. So we install the Breeze setup. This was going to give us the login, and then out of installing the Breeze, you are going to write Breeze PHP artisan Lara Laravel Breeze install, PHP Artisan Laravel Breeze install. And then when you install Laravel Breeze, what you're going to do, you're just going to install npm install. Ensure when you're installing your desktop setup, you also have to install npm, that is node.js. You'd go to down node.js. Let me just take you there. Node.js, Google node.js. If so these are the requirements. You have to go through the requirements and then you install the node. Right now we are using node node 16, which is that is I'm using on my PC. And then when you install the npm install, then you ensure also you have installed Composer. You just go to get Composer, and then you, so basically we have already, so basically our application is running right now at at this port 8000. So that's what it means. We have our application is running at this port 8000. Okay. We have the login. It has already set up the login and the registration. So what we are going to do now, we want to install the configurations for multi-logging. That is, you're going to use a package called Lara Trust. So what you just do, you're just going to use that code Composer require signacore Lara Trust. Okay, so that is what you're going to do that. So I'm just going to add another terminal, and then I install signal Lara Trust. So when you install Lara Trust, next thing you are told to publish the configurations, PHP Artisan vendor. So that is what you are going to publish that, and then so that is what that you publish that so it will copy some configuration files to that. So after you have installed that, we are going to set up the configuration for setting up Lara Trust. That is it is going to create for us some setup configuration. So this is the first important thing. Before running the command, you must go to your config file and then change the values according to your needs. So this is what you're going to do. We are going to type this one on our command line, and then you're going to set up according to our needs. So it's going to request us a migrate roles, permissions, and all that is going to be created. You want it, you are going to say yes, and then it's going to create a role and permissions added to your user. We can also check just what it has done on the user, that folder, app model user. So this is what it has done. Let's just go to models, app models, and then roles and permissions. So this is what it has created, and also that is what it has done. And then also go to configs okay, you go to app configs, and then we also have a folder called Lara Trust. Okay, you have a Lara Trust file there. Yeah, this is what it has also created. So these are the files that it has created like immediately. So let's move on. And then what we're going to do here, we're just going to follow the steps. Composer auto dump that, and then PHP Artisan migrate. But even before that, there are some few steps we just have to go through here. Seeders, we are going to configure the seeders. So this is going to PHP Artisan seeder, copy Artisan seeder. This is what we want to do first. It has to create for us that seed, and then what else? So let's do that. Auto dump, copy, do an auto dump. So there's a folder on the config. We have a Lara Trust Seeder. So this is what it has created. So this is the file, the Seeder file that you are going to create your users and your permissions. Okay, so when you want to create users with permissions with different roles, this is what it is going to create. Like there's administrators, there is super administrators, there is administrator, there is role user, and then there is roles, and then also now the permissions they have. Okay, so at this point, let's just read and see. So at this point, for example, so this is the permissions that your application will always have. User profile, user has that profile. So all these functions you want to give to your users. Okay, so permissions. Also, now those are the permissions you're going to give. No. So let's just go back to our application. So it has already given so you can configure your permissions right here. So we have a role name, so you can add here a role name for a module that you want to create. I'm sorry for that. So you can create a role here. Let's create, we have like either we have users, user, there's an administrator who will have all these functions, there's sub administrator who will also have those functions. So you can create a role here that you want. So let's just we can use this user, Control C, and then just going to have, but now on our we're just going to add users. Maybe that is let's give it we can say either we want for students or clients, and then another role also. We are going to have a role for either you want to have clients and then either customers. So you can define their roles at this point. So the users have create, read, update, delete profiles. They can see the profiles and all that, and then we have administrators, and then we can also have admins. Okay, Control C. So all this. So I'm adding the roles that I will use. Okay, so this one is going to be admins. Okay, these are my roles. I'll have admins. So I will have admins. So depending with the roles that you want to create, so that is what you're going to do. So after that we are going now to install. So basically after that you are going now to migrate. There's something I remember have not done. So we are going to this call on the database Seeder. We are going to add this for this function to call that Lara Trust Seeder. So that is what is remaining. You go to databases, and then Seeders, and then Lara Trust Seeders. But now we're going to add that Seeder here, and then we call it a day. Now we save that. Save, Control. Okay, let's just close it. Save, close all those, and then now we can now migrate these files. Okay, so this is what will happen. Now we can go ahead and migrate these files. Okay, so let's just go and migrate the files. PHP artisan migrate. So let's install the migration. PHP artisan migrate. PHP artisan migrate. PHP artisan migrate. They are telling us unknown database live app. So we're going to create this database. Control C. Let's just go here and then create that database. Okay, that is the error it has given us. Live app, create that database, and then we do the migration. Okay, so with that, and then we just do the migration. Okay, perfect. I mean, it looks much cooler. Yeah, so it's setting up the migration. So that is it. So after you have created the migration, what you're going to do, you're just now going to call this db seed, that function. Okay, so db seed, let me go back. This is how now you seed that function. PHP artisan seed. Just a minute. So what you are going to do, we are just going now to seed this seeder. So that what it really means, we are going to add now the functions of the roles and the roles that we had created onto the database. So we're just going to write PHP artisan db seed this database seeder, which means it's going to carry all the functions on Lara Trust seeder. So when we do that, and then you just enter, and then it's going to roll. So it's going to add the roles and permissions that we have created for all the users. And now that is done. So what you're going to do first and foremost is we are just now going to create a user. The first user we are going to create is going to be, let me say myself. I'll be the admin. So you're going to create a user, but also we are going to make a modification on this form, on this form, so that you can add a drop down for the types of users you want your users, the type of users you want your registrant members to have, either an administrator or a single user. Or by default, the administrator will be the first one to be created, and then now the subsequent users will have the specific roles that you want to create. So let's roll and try out. So let's just create a user. Zach Orengo. By the way, to see that it has already created those users, let's just go to the database, and then we go to live app, and then you will see we have the tables, and then we have the roles. And then the permissions. You can see all these we have the super admin, administrator, users, client. So these are the roles you can create and then assign to your clients, to the type of clients you're going to have. This is how you're going to give. So this is how you're going to create roles, and then after you've created roles, when the user when the user is being registered, he'll be assigned that role. Okay, so that is the functions of, and then we have the roles and permissions, and all the permissions will have different capabilities to access different side of the database. So that's how you create the roles and users. So at this point, I'm going to add the email address and then the password. So that's how you create a user. So the password did not match, which is okay. That is, validations are really working correct, so never worry about what is really happening here. You can see validations are really perfect with the Lara Trust, with the Breeze. So guys, let's enjoy this and see where it goes. So let's create a correct password. So it will be, you can guess. As you can see, each application you create, you can see we have successfully created an application with both roles and permissions. So on our next video, we are going now to create the dashboard. Now we are inside the dashboard. We can log out and then log in. You can log out and then log in and create users and create so many modules inside this application. So guys, this has been a successful project. So meet me on the next video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I just want to take this 1 minute. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Zack Anime Studios, we are here to impact knowledge. May God bless you.